Hello, and we are back live on Dragonborn Industries. I'm doing a quick check just to make sure the map's working, make sure the mics are working, and then we'll talk about who's here today, because this is AbslomDak, as commonly known across Twitch, and has met myself and each other through our channel, and our channels, should I say, where obviously Dragonborn Industries, hopefully if you're watching this you know what we do, but Dak, you usually stream video games and stuff, don't you?
Yeah, usually. So, I have streamed D&D, but I haven't played it much in the last year or two.
But I think it's always nice, like when I see you in chat and stuff like that, it's, you know, a regular member of the community. And then we got talking about map making one day, and I said, actually, physical maps is all well and good, because I've got all the terrain to make physical maps, but when it comes to actually making a map with software, I wasn't very good. And that's where you stepped in and were like, well, actually, that's something that I really like to do. And then I mentioned that I had CC3 and I'd never used it. And actually, that was the program that you use, isn't it?
Yeah, CC3 Plus.
So,
the same one.
Yeah, I got mine on Humble Bundle a while ago, and have just been like, I don't understand what's going on here, which is what people are going to see a lot of on the screens in front of us, essentially, is going to be, yours is the one that's got the lovely map on it and you're in the corner of already, whereas mine is completely blank and I have no clue what I'm doing. So first of all, I guess I'll say, how are you, Dak? And how's your day going?
Really good.
Good. So I guess there's nothing to do but jump into sort of like where to begin on CC3, and I have no clue what I'm doing. I opened it up and it's got this blank thing, there's buttons to press everywhere, and it says deck 1, go to deck 1, but shall we start with the basics of like, how do I, say for example, if we're looking at D&D, how do I begin with like a landmass, or how do I begin formulating a map?
Right, well, CC3, I can't compare it to anything else because I've never done like, Incarnate is a common when I see people use it.
Yes.
And this is supposed to have a tough learning curve. It's just like anything else, you know, because if that's where you start, you don't really think of it as a tough learning. I don't think it's being tough, you know. You know, it produces some fantastic maps, it really does.
Yes, because yours are really cool.
This is what I'm working on. How to explain it? The other basic map making thing, if you see at the top of your panel there, for want of a better word.
Yeah.
Almost in the middle, you've got a red, a brown and a blue icon.
Yeah, map menu, dungeon menu, and city menu if I hovered over those.
Yeah.
Oh.
So one's for making terrain maps, one's for making dungeon maps, and one's for making towns and cities.
Nice, because I've also got, I think from the Humble Bundle, Cosmographer, which is about like starscapes and planets, I think, and then we've got another cities menu. Wow. Okay. Cool. So.
Yeah, I'd have to go in to my own.
No. So with those three buttons there.
But what I don't have.
Well, I think the Humble Bundle came with quite a few things, and I think I got it because I saw the Cosmographer, and I was like, maybe that's useful, and also it's for charity, so we'll do that. So yeah, we've got the CC3, the map menu, the dungeon menu, and the city menu. Do I need to press on one of those, do I?
No, I'll just talk you through. But
yes.
Also what they do is, so that's your basic standard kind of things. And when you click into that, they'll have various art styles. So the map you're looking at there is an art style. That's Lovecraftian city art style. So it's supposed to like simulate the kind of maps you might find in a Cthulhu game. And they've got other ones as well. So that's where your star ones come in. You'll have ones that can do a star system. Well, there's 3 or 4 that do star systems. And you've got bases. You can also use dungeon maps for your bases as well, like cave complexes, etc.
Okay, that's cool.
So they have the basics, then they have styles as well. And they come out every year in what's called annuals. Sorry, have I pressed something weird?
No, that was me. That was me. I was trying to move my Streamlabs around while listening to you at the same time.
Yeah, they have annual every year. Every month they bring out something for the community. You have to buy it. It's about 22 quid, I think, something like that. Might be a bit more, a bit less. I got it as a bundle, so I don't really know how much they cost. But I've recently bought them all, which is why I've got this one. Like every month they'll bring out a map style, or somebody might do some videos on how to like do cliffs on your maps, better cliffs. Because they've got some there's some really, really talented people in there. It's called Pro Fantasy Maker, and there's some really talented people in the community. I mean, you've got to say, they're artists.
Yeah, absolutely they are.
Really, I'm well down. I like my maps, but you look at some of them and think, God, that's just brilliant. But you can learn from them. You think, how has he done his trees on this map? Because I try to clump my trees all together.
Yeah.
And other people space them out more. And one other thing to say is as well, within the maps, that you can change everything you do. You can change. You can edit everything in the map, make it bigger, smaller. Sometimes you can change the colours of things. You know, put desert down. You can change its colours. There's different ways and techniques of doing it. I use a lot of masks to put. You know, we can use a big colour over an area, solid colour, and then make it more opaque. So it just puts a kind of colour cast over the area you want.
That's
so
cool.
I use deep deserts for that. You know, the desert terrain is yellow, but I put slightly orange in for the deep deserts. And then you can blend it in around the edges so it all like merges together nicely. So that's why it's a steep learning curve, because there's little bits and pieces you can do all over the place with it. And my uncle once said to me, he was an artist, he once said, you know when a picture's finished, when you no longer put anything else in it. It's not, a picture isn't what you did in it, it's what you decided to leave out.
I think that that's a valid point, is that, because whenever I'm, so for example, building a map and like Monday's map with terrain, I was like putting loads in it. I was like, actually, I'm going to take stuff back out here. I'm going to like simplify it down. And actually, I think you're completely right. When you stop adding stuff or you're taking stuff away, that's sort of when it's done. Just going to quickly say hello to chat, because we've now got chat on. Corian, it's quite hard to hear Dak. I've just hopefully upped him a little bit. Let me know if that's any better. Hey Fluffy, hey Miss Lounge, how are we all doing? This is Dak, who is usually in our chats and stuff, but we're doing some map making today, and hopefully Dak's a little bit louder now if people want to... Dak, if you want to say hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hopefully. People let me know if you can hear him.
Well, hello to the community.
Well, let's see if that is any louder. Just waiting on that 10-second delay, and then we'll go from there. But I really like the idea that they have these different art styles, because that's just really, really cool. Still quite quiet. Dak, are you able to... Let's see if I can change the mic settings. With your...
Something at my end.
Possibly, yeah. You know in user settings?
In where?
User settings for your Discord.
Is that any better? Not in Discord. In OBS, I'm as loud as I can go.
If you go to Discord and go to user settings where the voice and video was...
Sorry. Yeah.
No, you're fine, you're fine. I get this with Richard every week. His changes up and down. It's really odd.
Yeah.
Hopefully in there...
You know what? Oh, here we go. How's that?
Chat, let me know. And then we'll go from there. So, lovely 10-second delay. And then we'll jump into... I love that you called it Blackpool.
Hi, Ian. Is that any better?
Just waiting on chat to let me know. Because you've been loud enough to me the entire time. But I am not sure. The Miss Lounge, not yet. Okay, so in voice and video, on your user settings stack, there should be like a microphone sensitivity or a microphone level.
Yeah.
What's that currently on?
Maximum.
Oh, really?
Hello. Well,
Don't know if there's anything else I can do my end.
Can you hear me now, Ian?
I've been able to hear you the whole time, but apparently chat's saying you're quite quiet. I'm not sure as to why that is.
Both my output and input volumes are on maximum in everything I've got.
Yeah, I'm going to have a quick look over here.
Is it something to do with... Let's try this. Is that any better? Is that better? Hello, everybody.
We'll have to wait and find out from chat. I'm going to see in my Streamlabs settings, audio.
Do you want to restart it?
No, you shouldn't have to. It's a little better apparently. I'm going to try and move this speaker as well to see if I can get it. So I'm going to put this here. Dak, if you chat from there.
Yeah. This is really. I've put my headphone volume to maximum as well. It's a bit.
So let's find out what people think to that. Because hopefully my mic should then pick that up.
Usually I boom out, you know, people want me to like shut the F up usually.
Well, if I'm being perfectly honest, I can hear you loud and clear, so I'm not sure what that was, but apparently everyone's saying that that's better. Hey everybody, thank you so much for that tech issues, because it's Dragonborn Industries and that's what we do. Dak's been talking us through so far what's going on with CC3, the map maker that I've got and I just don't use because I'm too scared, and it is one of those things. But so up here at the top of the CC3 box, we've got these three little red, brown, and blue boxes. And so the red one you say there is like the art map style, yeah?
No, they're like your bog standard things.
Yeah.
If you're to purchase map styles, if you go to the top left.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna have to actually go into the program because file.
Yeah.
New. Press new. We'll make a map. We'll start now, shall we? We'll make a new map.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so which one are we going to do?
People won't be able to see this, will they? Because it's
they should be able to see mine.
Right. So what have you got in there? Have you got cities, cosmographer, dungeons?
Cities, cosmographer, dungeons, floor plans, other, overland map, perspectives, and symbol catalogues.
So there we go. I was, you know, so cities is obviously city, cosmographer is the space stuff, dungeons for a dungeon map, overland. Should we do an overland map first?
Yeah, let's start there. Let's start with a continent or something.
Bloody hell, continent.
Well, you know, a land.
Maybe you want to roll that back to like just an area. I'll show you one of my continental maps in a bit and how long it took me to do.
So I'm going to presume that we're going to do.
And then again, I'm an idiot, so you know, I'll explain it all in a bit.
That's fine.
So,
right.
so just click left. Everything's left click. Everything's left click unless I say otherwise. Okay.
Yeah, no worries. We will.
So overland maps. Highlight it at the bottom. Press next. And I always leave decide settings myself.
Perfect. That's what I was going to
I've never picked a predefined template, so I really don't know. Right then, when you do that, these are your map styles. What? Maybe. So I'm going to have to flick between them to see what you've got.
That's fine.
That's okay. Oh, I can't see your map styles.
So, yeah, I don't know why mine's not showing up there either, but I guess that's part of the open bars. So it says annual here, be monsters, here be monsters, metric, Heron, John Roberts, landform, Mercator, several of those, military, annual modern, atlas, there's a lot.
Have you got Mike Schley?
Let's have a... I do not. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I've got Inks Overland and Mike Schley Overland.
So have I. Now all I have to do is find it. Because, like I said, I've bought all the map making styles that I could. Here we go.
So we're going for Mike Schley, yeah?
Yeah. Now Mike Schley Overland. We'll start with him because this is what, in the past, when it was CC 1, 2, or 3. They had different art styles. Then with CC3 Plus, they went to Mike Schley. And who Mike Schley is, he does lots of maps. The classic Forgotten Realms map that most people use is a Mike Schley map.
Oh, is it?
So it's the artist that did that made the symbols and the backgrounds for this map style to sort of like simulate what he does for Wizard of the Coast, effectively, in the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah.
And the maps he makes. So yeah, we highlight Mike Schley Overland.
Yeah, and then click next.
Next. Should have pretty much a blue square.
Yeah.
That's your ocean.
Yes.
There's different things you can do on it, but usually what I do is dimension, width, and height. Can you see those?
Yeah.
A third from the bottom.
Yeah. So we've got my dimension width is 1,000 and my height is 800.
Yeah, that's the standard. That's miles. So that will produce a map 1,000 miles by 800 miles.
Oh, okay. So we are starting small.
Yeah, kind of. Well, that's bigger than the UK.
Yes.
But then again, you know the Dragonlance continent of Kryn?
Yes, I do know it.
Do you know how small, I won't say big, do you know how small that actually is? In miles?
It's probably, what, 100 to 150?
It's a bit bigger than that, but it's not much bigger than these parameters here, and that's supposed to be a whole continent. It's basically France and England are bigger than Dragonland's continent.
Oh. Well, yeah, I think in our game we've been walking across it, so I would hope it's not that big.
I was going to convert it to an Oriental game years ago, and then I've realised how much little of the Oriental map it actually took up.
So
it's like my Orient is like, it's a fraction, it's like 1/50th of this map. It's supposed to be a continent. Anyway.
So what dimensions and width are we going for?
We'll stick with this for now, because it's just the standard. But you could do an area, say, 10 by 8 miles.
Yeah. I'm going to do that.
What, really? 10 by 8? We've got to have it the same, you see, otherwise...
Oh, okay. We'll do the 1,000 by 800 then.
Okay, yeah.
So...
Map title?
Yeah, I'm just going to put tester.
Tester then, yeah. And copyright notice, I've got Dax Maps 2023. We'll change that to 2024. It never appears, so...
Yeah.
If you want to copyright your maps, you better just...
put something in there.
Yeah, we can put text on it. I usually put text on it. Then we go next again.
Okay.
And this is... map background should be ticked, and fill style should be ocean/MS.
Yes.
If you click that box, the ocean MS.
Oh.
So we could make the background farmland or grassland or land MS.
Okay. This is cool.
But what we'll do is we'll do a coastline.
Yes.
So we'll leave it as ocean.
Yep.
God, honestly, there's so much.
That's all right.
It's like it's like thinking, when do I explain this?
That's all right.
You know what I mean?
We'll start with the basics. We'll leave the grid off for now, so we'll just make a landmass, and I'm pretty sure we can put a grid in later if we need to.
Oh yeah, we can. Yeah.
So
next.
Hitting next.
I've never used enable multiple levels.
Okay.
Well, I think I may have done it once. It's more for I think it's more for buildings. So we can do, they have buildings in it, but you can actually do a floor plan of that building and then give it multiple levels.
We'll come back to that later because I may need that.
Yeah, it's kind of like that's mostly through the city builder though. I would do that. That's
cool. There's also things like starship deck plans and stuff like that. Actually, for Starfinder, that could be really useful.
Yeah, personally, I'd just do them on different. You know, if I had a starship, say, I'd just copy. I'd do it on one map, then copy that map, and then just change it. You know, on the copy.
That's probably another way to go. Do you find that's easy then, so that you don't end up with mistakes that carry through to other layers, or to end up risking the map that you've made so far?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah. So hit
also,
finish.
There's save often.
Yes. Yeah. It's a lesson I've learned the hard way. So shall I hit finish then on this one?
Yeah, finish then.
Okay.
And it should bring up to save it into a folder.
Yes.
I just press save. I've got subfolders in there for different kind of like settings that I'm working on.
Yes. Cool.
So I'm working on Ravnica. So I've got maps for Ravnica. I've got maps for my own. What we're doing, I'm hopefully going to run up Princes of the Apocalypse soon. So I've been converting lots of maps from that.
Oh, nice. So
then, not what you now see. So I'll just come out of this and see what you're looking at.
I have blue square.
And key on the left, the icons have changed on your left from what they were.
Yes. Oh,
These are the Mike Schley things now. Before it was, that would have been somebody else's art style, say.
Oh, so like different like stamps and brushes and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's me again, moving things around. My apologies. That's very cool. I like that. So, if we're going to put a coast in then, where do we go next?
So I'm just flicking around between...
That's all right.
Where am I? Where am I? Here we go. Just trying to find the right page. Right, so there's two ways of doing... There's multiple ways of doing everything in these programs. Can you hear me, Ian?
Yeah, I've got you.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool.
I couldn't for a moment, sorry. There's multiple ways of doing things in these programs. So, can you see the top left? The very top on your top left on your
Yeah.
It's got landmass.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to call them. They're like little boxes with different. Some have icons in, some have like rivers and sea and other things in.
Yeah.
So you could click that.
Yeah.
And it will produce. Click it a second. It produces a crosshair.
Yes.
And that's when we start putting that down. That'll be our landmass. Now escape out of that.
Yep. So you're pressing the escape button on your keyboard for that, yeah?
Yeah, just escape out so there's nothing on your cursor. Just to the left of where it said landmass,
yeah,
there's like a symbol. It's got symbol style toggle. It's got two trees with arrows between them.
Looks like a recycling thing for trees.
Yeah, above that is a hammer and pencil.
Yes.
Now press that. It's called All Map Drawing Tools.
Ah. So that's opened up a big box for me, which has got things like borders and land defaults.
Yeah. So if you just scroll down there a little bit, this is all Mike Schleys. Overland Mike Schley. These are the tools we use to create the maps.
Okay.
So different size rivers, lakes, roads on it, different coastlines, different types of forests and trees, hills,
yeah,
marsh, tundra.
That's
mine's got border on it, which is black because I've got a black colour selected. Have you got that?
Yeah.
Border closed. Is that? If you go right to the top of the thing, it should say.
Got it.
No. Cancel out of that a second.
Okay.
No, we're going somewhere else on the interface now.
Okay.
It's right at the top. There's some boxes. One's called S2.land.
S2.land. S2.land.
It's kind of like the third line down. We're right at the top. Third line down. Top line's the blue. See program files. Next line is file, edit, view, draw, tools, symbols, etc. Just below that, go right across it, and it says S-land. Should be a square with a colour in.
Ooh.
So have you got that in?
Just trying to find it at the moment.
I haven't described it very well. Right at the top of the page, you've got your blue border, haven't you, for your C programs file?
Yeah.
Just below that, you've got your boxes that you can go to, like view, draw, tools, and symbols and stuff.
Yeah.
Next below that, you've got another box. And it should have mine's got at t.161.4. Just move your cursor right across there, and you come to another box which says land in it.
Yes, got it.
Just to the right of that is a box with a colour in.
Yes.
Left click that box with a colour in.
Ah. See, so that's where I got lost.
These are our colours. We can change the colours of things through this.
Okay. So
just trying to describe all the tools that are in it.
That's fine.
I don't use them all, you see, and some of them, I'm not quite sure how you use them.
I think as long as we get like a basic understanding of because I had no clue where to go. And actually that helped a lot. So go straight into, right, we've got the landmass selected. So now we can grab the colour. Fluffy in chat says it looks like an advanced Minecraft. Yeah, and I think that's what's blowing my mind is it's like, I'm so unused to this kind of setting. And like you mentioned Incarnate earlier, I've used Incarnate before. And it's very much like Procreate and Photoshop, where you use it like a stylus and a pen.
Yeah.
So I didn't know this one. Yeah, so I'm in the colour box.
Just to show you, shut that down.
Yep, shutting it down.
Click on land next to it, the box next to it.
That says SR land, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in.
This you'll be in here a lot.
Okay, so
this is like the bread and butter place.
Okay, I want to see if this will open up on Streamlabs because I don't think that these open windows are showing.
No, because we need a different thing in OBS, don't we, to show? Well, I do in OBS to show those things.
Yeah. So I'll describe that, and I'll take a picture of it, and I'll put it up on the Instagram later, because that is, if you said this is like the bread and butter, then this is kind of what I want to show people.
Yeah.
So this says drawing sheets and effects. So this is the box that says SR Land at the top, and is, Dak says, the most important thing everybody needs in their lives.
What we're doing here, right? I've got to just describe how CC3 Plus works. And I'm not sure if it isn't like Photoshop. I've never used Photoshop or Incarnate, so...
Yeah, that's fine.
But Photoshop uses kind of like layers, doesn't it?
Yes.
In CC3 Plus, these are called sheets, and we have layers as well.
Oh, okay.
So on the... Right, so sheet effects, I believe these work like layers in Photoshop, even though it's called sheets in here.
Yes.
Just a different terminology.
That's fine. And that's on the right-hand side.
Whatever's at the top, whatever's at the bottom, map border, screen, grid, text, blah, 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 that will be on top of your map. Right?
Oh, okay.
So when we draw land, it goes on the land sheet.
Yes.
The C is on the C sheet.
Ah.
Don't say that fast. It's on the C sheet.
The C is on the C sheet.
Yeah. So the land will be above the sea.
Yes.
Forest is below land on the list. So if you put a forest on, it will be above the land on the sheet.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of in reverse order, if you will.
Yes. Okay, that makes sense.
So if you put the sea below the land, and you've got land on it, you won't see the land.
Okay.
So this is very, the relationship of these things to each other is important. It will decide where things go on the map, and it will make things look right or completely wrong.
Okay. So I think
But
what
also,
I'll do is
also one of the things I like to do, this is a bit of complex, perhaps I shouldn't mention it, but sometimes I will add, I might have 3 symbols trees sheets in here, because we can put different effects on them, and they may be in different layers, because I want these trees to be in this, I want the mountains in front of these trees, but these trees are in front of the mountains.
Yeah.
So I'll do a sheet behind the mountains and a sheet in front of the mountains.
Yep, that makes sense.
Different trees.
It gives you like that bird's eye, also like semi-dimensional or semi-3-dimensional depth to the maps then, I guess, as well.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I've seen somebody did one recently, and oh my God, I don't know how they did it. It's just brilliant. It's like a 3-dimensional map.
Wow.
It's called the layer of the Lich. It's like looking down in 3 dimensions, because they change the size. So we can change the size of mountain symbols, you see.
Yes.
So they've got different size mountains, so it gives the perspective of it. And they'll be using a 3-dimensional kind of like sheet that's in here. Like, one thing I should mention is, I'm very good with Mike Schley because I've used it a lot.
Yeah.
And it seems like quite often different art styles have different kind of like idiosyncrasies, for want of a better word.
Yes.
The more you use them, the better you're going to get at them.
Yeah, yeah.
So like that one I had before, the Lovecraft one, it's the first one I've ever done. And I'm not very proficient on using it. But the more I use it, the more I realise, I can do this with it or that with it.
Yeah, I think that's the same for any kind of art form or anything. It is all about that practice. But I like that, obviously, with the Mike Schley ones, this is obviously something that most people that have played any TTRPG will kind of recognise that art style. I may not have known the name, but I definitely recognise those styles. But yeah, so this drawing sheets and effects, which is the SR Land box. So all of those double tick boxes are in order, basically, for as you want to layer them with your sheets. Yeah,
but we can move those orders around as well, if we want to.
And how would we do that?
So
it says move up.
Yeah, highlight land, and you can move it up or down.
Ah, okay. I'm going to leave it where it is for now, but that's like a little tick box on the left-hand side, and I'll have to put a picture of this up with the YouTube video possibly later on. Okay, so
Just one last thing on Ian. Go into the second box next to land.
Yeah.
See, no, it's not ticked. Now you can't tick that one.
Yeah.
Go to any other one and tick it.
Oh, you can. because of a little H.
Hide.
Ah.
That will hide everything. So if you go down to the very bottom left-hand side, it's got some rename, add, delete, etc. Hide all. Press hide all.
Ooh.
It hides everything but the land.
Ah.
So that means you can work on something and not, because when we're putting symbols on, the borders of these symbols are going to cross each other, and it can be very difficult to pick something out.
Yes. And this will stop that from mixing. You can then have it as an individual layer that you're seeing, and then work on it, and then put it all back in later.
Yeah, and then just press show all, everything will come up again.
Ah.
The more you use it, the more this will come intuitive.
Yes.
So if I want to move trees about and not the mountains, I'll hide everything but the trees. You know what I mean? Then move the trees around and then show everything again and see what it looks like. And
yeah, and I assume that you can, if you went hide all, you could then untick certain ones as well, so you could have like a land mass and the tree masses and move them around as you need.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can hide them all or just in the ones you want.
Yeah, I like that.
But there is one it has an idiosyncrasy with it. Sometimes, say, how to explain it? So I just want to, we've been on land, and we just want, but we want to work the forest.
Yeah.
And we want to, we'll highlight all the forest because we're going to move it slightly to the right, say, of the map when we do it. It can have a tendency to go back to the one you've just been in and move that as well. It will highlight both, even though you shut it down and hide it. For some reason, when you highlight a new one, it can go back to, it can highlight the old one as well.
Right, okay.
So then you just have to be careful of that. But if you hide it a second time, it will hide it properly that time. I don't know why it does it. Maybe it's just something I'm doing. It's something I've noticed.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I'm giving you loads of, this isn't the basics really, so.
That's absolutely fine.
There's another thing where it said land. Come out to that box now.
So we're coming out of that box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking ages, isn't it? Mine's got relief contours. It's like 3 or 4 boxes over.
Yes, L relief / contours.
Click that one.
Got it.
This is your layer section.
Okay.
Now, I don't often use this. Other people do. Better map makers than me do. I don't often use it. But this is supposed to be where all the trees are on the tree section here. I think it's called vegetation on here, actually.
Yes.
So all your trees will go on vegetation.
Okay.
So if you just wanted to work on the trees, you'd go in here and open up vegetation and just let you work on the trees. Because in the other one we were just in, this is what I do sometimes. Sometimes trees should go on the tree sheet and mountains on the mountain sheet. But sometimes I put trees on the mountain sheet and mountains on the tree sheet.
Yeah, no, that's standard layering within any kind of art app, I think, as we do things sometimes in reverse. Yeah,
because it's just the relationship of where I want trees to be behind mountains sometimes, but sometimes in front of them.
Yeah.
So the mountain blends into a forest type effect, as opposed to just sitting on top of them and looks really weird.
That's cool.
But the other one, the relief contours one, the layer section, should let you just work on, even though the trees are on different sheets.
Yeah.
You should all be on the same layer.
Ah.
So it's just a way of working on just the trees then, even though some trees are on a mountain sheet, some are on a forest sheet. It should let you work on all the trees.
Okay. So it lets us just things as a whole, basically, all over the map.
Yeah.
Cool.
Excuse me. Now I've got nothing. Why have I got nothing? Because I've turned it all off. Show all. I've hidden the sea, so I've got nothing. Here we are. We're back with the sea.
I like that it's got an auto-save feature. Something that showed up for me that didn't show up for the screen is it said, would you like to save now, yes, or ask later? That's cool.
Right, mine hasn't done that, but probably because I'm moving in and out of things all the time.
Yeah. So that's relief and contours.
Don't turn that off. Save often, because it can. If something goes wrong, I've done it before. I've lost hours of work.
I think we've all felt that sting. It's painful. So what's next on the learning where things are in the program?
That's kind of like the basics of that. That's kind of like how it kind of works.
Awesome.
Should we get on and start the map?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's put some landmass down, I guess.
I mean, you are talking to somebody that takes days and days to do maps.
That's all right. It's only a basic understanding today, so we'll speed through some.
We're not doing one where it's like draw a map of the Forgotten Realms in an hour.
No.
Maybe you could do it, but I couldn't.
No. Let's do a small section of coast or something.
All right. So if you click landmass,
Got it.
we'll just do basic landmass. Now I start off the map. I'm going to start at the top of it, slightly towards the right,
Yeah.
and go down. So if you click outside the map,
So it's drag and draw essentially.
yeah. Now it's a fractal thing. So it should draw an uneven coastline. Can you see that if you pull it right to the bottom?
Yeah.
You see it? Now then, I'm going to like click it a centimetre from the top. And it'll draw another bit of fractal map.
Okay.
And if you swing that around left to right, you can decide where you want to place that, say.
Oh, so it's literally point to point.
You get me there, Ian, so I just come out and see what you're doing.
So I can make it point to point by following the points essentially.
Yeah. So I can see what you're doing, the full screen.
And say if you did too many points, could you go back on yourself?
Yeah, if you press delete.
It goes back individually, not by the whole thing.
Now, if you wanted to get rid of it all, you press escape.
That's perfectly fine.
Because that'll shut your cursor, it'll shut the thing off.
Yeah, I like that you can press it individually and go back. I like that a lot.
I think it only works for a certain amount, though. I don't think you press it like 300 or 400 times. I'm not sure how many it is.
No, probably not. Okay, so we put down this, and how do I end that?
All right, I'll just go in there. So I'm flicking between my map and seeing what you're doing. Right, so we'll just a symbol. I'm just going to the end. Now, if you click it off, go to the bottom and then click it off the map, just once.
Yeah.
Can you see now? There's a white line.
Oh yeah.
Move your cursor up and down.
It's just at the very, very bottom of the map,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Now, if you do that and then click it right in the bottom left corner,
Yeah.
and then go up, do the same kind of thing off the map, scroll right to the top and click again,
Yeah.
and scroll across, and then click it just as you get to the point that you started.
Yeah.
Then right click. Left click that once and then right click.
So it's almost
There
like
you go.
you've built, so you're having to make the full circle essentially, and then when you right click, it fills it in. Because I thought I was doing that on the right hand side there, but actually I've done the coast on the left, so that's good to know. So you're essentially making a shape and then filling it.
Yeah, the right click will end it. Now then, I've done this where I'm copying a map, thousands and thousands of things, and accidentally right clicked it, and it's like, shit.
Can you go back from that?
Everything is knackered then. I've learned there are ways you can repair that potentially, but on a big map, probably not.
Oof,
It's going to like do a really, really weird.
Oh, look at that.
Am I doing stuff on islands now, eh?
That's cool. I like this.
You're drawing an island.
I've done an island. I'm going to leave it there, and then I'm going to press escape out of that. I'm going to
No,
save
I'm in the
now.
wrong thing. I'll draw an island as well.
Yay! Island Bros. Hey, Dragon Score Studios, welcome to the show. We're just chilling out. We're going to be testing out making some maps on CC3 Plus, which is a cartographer's map tool that Dak knows quite well and that I have no freaking clue about. So welcome in. Yeah, so I've got a landmass and some island.
But saying that, I think yours looks better than mine.
I'll take that.
It does, yeah. But everything on there we can change now if we wanted to, potentially.
Okay, so let's layer up. Let's do something. Let's add. What would we find on the coast?
I escape out of your land if you're still on.
Done so.
Now then, what we're going to do, we're going to put some mountains on. Most people like to do, with map makers, they're very particular. So they like mountains next, high ground, which will show you where the rivers go. Because what they really hate is people that don't know how to put rivers on maps.
And I'm one of those guys.
All right. Basically, I did geography at school, so I loved map making and all sorts of things. So I got a good grasp of a basic grasp of geography.
So our
but rivers flow downhill.
So I know that unless you're in space, and then they can go wherever you want. However, at Tamsin, who is Calyx, our mystic in the party, she is also a cartographer and is also a geologist and a big geography buff. And the amount of times I've been like, say something, she's like, it's really not. I'm like, it's magic! Ah! So, mountains, let's go.
Yeah, they're like geography fascists, so you've got to be careful.
Oof.
All right, so, but the kind of order they'll do it in is mountains, rivers, maybe forests or background terrain kind of thing, but mountains. So, where we're going to go next is, the box we talked about at the very beginning. It's got the red, the brown, and the blue.
The red, yeah.
We want the kind of like line below that.
Okay.
And to the left, we can see a hand pointing to symbols, a flag, a ship, a mountain, a crevasse, a house, and a tree.
Yeah, I want the mountain one.
If you click the mountain one.
Got it. Oh, look at that.
So just check.
So all the left bars.
You've only got one coming up.
I wonder why.
I've got two open, you see.
So can I change that to have two open?
Have yours gone into, you've clicked something and taken it into black and white, haven't you?
I have no clue.
Right, then click, where your cursor is there, go back, over there, to the left.
Yeah.
Those two trees.
Yeah.
And click it again. Click it again.
Oh.
Click it again.
And we're cycling through all the different art styles.
Yeah. And then keep going to.
There we go.
No, it's not Mike Schley. Do it again.
And again.
No, again. There we are.
Okay.
It's hard to see on here, but I think that's Mike Schley.
Okay.
No, I've got two sections open.
How do I open two sections?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
It's one of those I'm thinking, what did I do? It's either in options. Yeah, go to, right. Where you got one set of mountain symbols. Can you see that, Ian?
I got it.
Go to the top of you got your mountains.
Yeah.
And it's got options written just above them. Click that.
Yeah.
A little box comes up.
And it's
number of columns.
2.
Put 2 in. Yeah, and OK it.
Got it. I have a habit of running before I can walk, so you have to rein me in when I do that.
That's okay. It's easy done, just clicking. My dad was like that. He's always left clicking things on the computer and wondering why has this happened? Because you keep clicking stuff all over the bloody screen.
Oh, I'm awful for it.
He never got it.
Okay, so we've got some mountains.
So, scroll down. Can you see some of grey?
Let me get down to the bottom. Yes, down at the bottom there.
Go back to your colour box. You remember that colour box we talked about?
Yeah, it's up by SR Land at the top.
Click any colour you want. Get a red one.
Oh, I'm going to go fuchsia pink.
Go for it then. So, if you scroll back up, they have what I would call normal terrain, coloured ones, your basic Mike Schley.
Yeah.
But then you can colour them any colour you like on that palette.
I like this.
So if you wanted, like, some people put browner colour mountains on, or more grey coloured, and mix it up a bit.
It lets you do different planes of existence, I guess, there, and different. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I've done a map of my hell, and it's got red mountains on it.
Ah, lovely.
I think it's got red mountains. I can't remember. We might have, but it's that kind of thing. You can make. So you can mess with the effects with it, kind of thing. Obviously, the snow doesn't change on the peaks and things, but
no, but still.
I have used it on maps, I've done one of, what's it called? The Vault of the Drow, a classic D&D module. The Vault of the Drow. I've done the Vault of the Drow, and that had coloured. Nearly everything's coloured on it.
Yeah, the Underdark being like bioluminescent and crystals and stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah, one of the few things Gary Gygax described really, really well. Going in, when he first entered the Vault of the Drow, the description of it's fantastic. So I've tried. It's all lavenders and purple. So that's the colour scheme I went with the map.
Nice.
So I'm not using colour. We're not using. You can use it, but we'll use just the bog standard symbols, uncoloured.
Yeah.
Scroll back to the top then.
Got the top.
And we've got various peaks with ice on and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So we've got Great Peak, SC1.
Yeah.
Click on it.
Okay.
Brings up a massive mountain with a snow on it. If you just left click it on the map, the order we put them in is important now, Ian.
Okay.
So press it right, put that one right in the top left.
Yeah.
So, but some of it's showing on your map.
Yeah.
Go to about 2 centimetres across, put it on again, or 1 centimetre.
Yeah.
Basically, there's a gap between them.
Yes.
I don't know. Now, sometimes when you're pressing it, the mountain changes type sometimes. It's got more than one large Great Peak. It will choose them randomly.
Mine have stayed the same so far.
Now, stick a third one in between them.
Done.
If you scroll into it, that is the right way to kind of do it.
Yeah, I like that.
Now then, we're going to take them off just for a second, just to show you some things. There's go to the left again in your the symbols on the very left.
Yeah.
There's a blue arrow in a box.
Undo.
Undo those. Get rid of them.
Yeah.
I press it 3 times. It gets rid of them.
Awesome.
Now pick the thing again. Pick a mountain again.
Yeah. Got one.
Put one in the top left.
Yeah.
Put one in front of it. In front of that. In front of that. Just keep going. And then it should start changing. There's only 2 icons in it, so it should start changing them.
Gives you
so if you go, we should be putting them on from left to right.
Left to right, yeah?
Yeah. Now, if you start putting ones right to left when you're doing that, they may look really, really odd.
Oh, yeah. Almost looks like a circular basin of... Well, it looks like there's a big hole in the middle of the mountain range.
So look what you're doing. Give me 1 sec.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So always the same direction.
I mean, like, you don't have to, but it's a relationship. It's like you want these to overlap properly, because sometimes it's probably better describing it with hills, actually, but...
That's all right. I think we've got to a decent... I really like this.
Now get rid of all of them.
Yep. Is there a way of getting rid of all of them at one time?
Probably. If you... it's a bit tough. Because like I say, if you clip something else, like the border or the land, it will delete that as well.
Oh, okay.
But you can't hide... Right. Just let me come out. Just get into mine. Shoot that down. Escape out of the mountain building thing.
Yep.
Left click a mountain. Oh, shit.
Yep.
Still in it. Clean it out. No, I don't like it.
I just
Why is it doing
reselected
that?
to do that.
What would I do here?
Would it be in the menu?
Here we go. Yeah, no, I know what I'm doing. So, once again, we use these symbols on the left-hand side a lot.
Yeah.
Little boxes. This time we're looking for one. It's near the undo.
Yeah.
And it's a paint can.
And then the letters and stuff.
With a coloured bar, an uppercase A and a lowercase A.
Yeah. Change properties.
Click that.
Yeah.
Left click it on the map and hold down left click.
Yeah. Oh, hang on.
And then drag it across your couple of mountains, say.
Okay, I don't know what's happened to mine. In 2 seconds.
You might have to, but don't clip the border.
So I've dragged it across, but I've only got... Oh,
So-
yeah, I've got them. Yeah, so it's like a drag and grab everything in a box.
Yeah. Right click,
Yeah.
and that we can manipulate things right with that technique. Now, we've pressed the wrong one. This is how you delete everything all at once. How did I do it? I mean, this is basic. Look how to do it. Go back to the left-hand symbols. Next to the paint can
Yeah.
is a pencil with a rubber on.
Ah. Click
What do you
that.
think that's going to do?
I think that might get rid of them for me.
Yeah, so we highlight them again.
Yeah.
Try not to touch the side of the map, though.
Yeah. So if
Right
we touch the side
click.
of the map, we're losing everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right click.
Right
And
click.
then do it at the top.
Okay. Ah, so mine's taken some out, so I must have clipped the border.
No, scroll up or down.
Oh, okay. So if you wheel in or out, it comes back again for the...
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a refresh. There's another... Right. Go right to the right-hand side of the other screen. There's some symbol boxes there.
Yep.
There's one with a double arrow. 3 down on the left.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
On the right-hand side, sorry.
It's like a refresh symbol.
It's the refresh symbol, yeah. Redraw. If you press that, it would have had the same effect. It would have got rid of the white stuff.
Oh,
And just,
okay.
it's just refreshing the map. It remembers the last thing you did, and you just have to refresh it. Scrolling
that's
in or
cool.
out will do it, or that symbol will do it.
Awesome. Okay. So
So I'll just get rid of my mountains.
yeah.
God, I can't believe I forgot how to.
Hey, you know more than I do, and I've learned
Delete
a lot.
things.
I've learned so much already. I'm going to be playing around with this later.
Now then, if you go to the right where that great peak was,
Yeah.
back on the left-hand side of our symbols,
Yeah.
just below it is a thing called mountain range.
Yeah.
Click that one,
Yeah. Ooh.
and then we can just
How do
do
I
something.
change the angle?
Change angle.
Because yours is going left to right and mine's going up and down.
Tab.
Oh. Okay. And that shifts through all the different kind of ones that you have.
Yeah. Now that's I've never used this on a map, but it's there if you need it. You want to do a quick mountain. It does at hills as well. If you scroll down a bit, you go a chain of hills or a chain of mountains.
Yeah.
We'll get rid of that.
Ooh.
You get that one, Ian?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right then. Get rid of it. And to the right of that, we've got mountain large,
Yep.
SC. Line below that, we've got mountain SC1 and mountain small.
Yep.
Now these are the ones. Right. Here we go. Go into the mountain large.
Mountain large.
Can you see in that box, there's a plus sign and an R.
Yes.
Hit the plus sign.
Yep.
And it's brought up 2 other mountains below it.
Yep.
These are the mountains. When you click that mountain, it's going to randomly scroll through those other 2.
Oh.
So you've got a choice of 3.
Yeah.
If you go to mountain SC1, click the plus sign in that box.
Yep.
There's about 9 or 10 different sorts of mountains it's going to put in. And it's the same with the mountain small. If you click the plus sign in that box,
Yeah.
it's got a load of other small mountains. I think the R means that they can be coloured.
Oh, cool.
You know, so if you go down to the bottom the part, you'll find a coloured version of it.
Yeah.
I might be wrong there, but I think that's what it means.
Well, stick to the regular ones for now, just to be safe.
If you scroll down a bit more, we've got volcanoes, active, dormant, mountains with glaciers, a cave, blah, blah, blah.
You've got clouds on there, that's awesome.
Yeah. the one below the cloud one.
Yeah.
We've got mountain large again. That's a similar one, but it doesn't have snow on it.
Ah, see now below my clouds, I've got hills background, hills fill.
All right, yeah, sorry, yeah. Go back up a bit.
Yeah.
Can you see the one that's a mountain with a circle of cloud around it in a little eye? It's an icon of a mountain.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Great Peak 1, Great Peak 2. Just below that,
Yep.
mountain large one, mountain small one.
Yeah.
They're a similar mountain set, but without the snow on. But they are different mountains.
Nice.
It's not like it's not like a reproduction of the snow one. Without the snow. So those are the 6 major ones we're going to use for the mountains.
Nice. Okay, so
you might start with like a mountain large, put it in the left-hand corner. Then go to a mountain smaller, just SC one. Put it in front of it.
Yeah. Oh, it kind of like changes everything around.
Stick a few peaks on, go to a few small ones, say, put those on. Go back to a large one. I want a big one there. If it produces the same one and you don't want it, you can tab through them.
Yeah.
To find the mountain. I'm tabbing now, I'll get a better one. Here's a mountain, just the normal mountains. Just tabbing through them to find the one that I want. Oh, that's a nice, we'll stick that there. But always really do it from left to right. Or if you're starting from right to left, you've got to be consistent, otherwise they won't look right.
Yeah.
I mean, you can try it yourself, go from left to right and then start going from right to left, and one of the mountains its symbol will not be right. You think, oh. And the more mountains you put on, the more difficult it will be to start. You think, oh, one I did 20 minutes ago, I want to change it. It's going to be really difficult to do that.
Yes.
Not impossible, but extremely difficult. Click a mountain, just put a mountain in the middle of the, kind of like away from everything else in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
We're going to change its go to the change properties thing again.
Okay.
Click that.
Yeah.
Click on that mountain away from everything else.
Yeah.
It's put up a pinky purple box.
Yes.
That is the area that mountain occupies.
Yes.
On the, So if we put another mountain in front of it, its pinky purple box is going to overlap that one.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to choose that mountain, the more we put on to find just that mountain, that pink purple box, is going to be extremely difficult. Now I'm sure there are ways to do it, but I'm not experienced enough to know that.
That's all right.
So what I'll try and do is not make that mistake when I'm putting things on my map, if you will. The way I avoid having to try and manipulate. So if you highlight it again and get the eraser and get rid of it.
Yeah.
Scroll in and out, get rid of that. Then we just picking up different mountain icons, symbols, and putting them up, mountain with a K. Or have you got that, Ian?
Yeah, sorry, just deleting that mountain out. There we go. So, yeah.
Here's another. Pick another mountain up.
Yeah.
Anyone. I got one with, what it's got? Looks like a tower. Mountain with a tower on.
Yeah.
Right-click it this time. We're not going to left-click. Right-click it.
Yeah. Oh, you can scale it.
Yeah. So we can scale it individually, which makes them look a bit odd, I must say. And I usually use that with bridges, say.
Yeah.
Where I want a bridge to be longer than wider,
Yes.
So we can change its rotation as well. Doesn't kind of look right with mountains, but other symbols it might look right with, We can do a mirror of it.
Oh, yeah.
But if you play X and Y scale, put a 2 in it, then enter, makes the mountain twice as big.
Okay, so X and Y, put 2 in it instead, and that's 200% bigger. Well, 100% bigger, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. But then you could have like a large peak surrounded by smaller mountains in that case.
Yeah. So really what a map is the relationship of the scale of the symbols to the area you've used, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So sometimes if we did a continental map, the mountains can look really odd on it. God, I can't be drawing a map with mountains that small. It just doesn't look right. So sometimes what I do, so my continent's like Earth, so it's about 24,000 miles in diameter, in circumference, sorry. So if you open up a map and make it 24,000 miles by 24,000 miles, it can't handle it.
Okay.
It's not very good. So what I would do is make it 2,400 by 2,400 miles.
Makes sense.
But then the size of your mountains is going to look really odd.
Yes.
So I will scale, usually big, so I'll scale them down.
Okay.
So lots of my maps of mountains, even though, you open up the map, I'll make their mountains 0.5 size because they just look better for the size of map that I'm working on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So one of the things that I found, the way I do my maps is it's that relationship between what size I make the mountains and the forests to the area we've used.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we'd made this 10 miles by 8 miles, all these symbols would be different sizes on that map.
Yeah, and that's sort of what I've done on mine, is I've done a few different scales and a few different directions, and the difference between yours already and mine is spectacular. Yours looks very neat and very professional, and mine looks like I've thrown a load of stamps at a map.
If you see mine, go back to mine.
Yeah.
See the map with the tower on?
Yes.
The mountain with the tower on. Have a look at the mountains just around it.
Yeah.
And it's not right, is it?
No, because you've got a slight overlap on the left rather than the right.
Yeah. And that's what I mean by it's not only the size, but where you put the symbols on the map.
Yeah.
I deliberately did that, stuck it over something that it didn't look right.
But still looks like a good set of mountains.
You know what though? I'll show you an advanced thing to fix that. We're going back to the right-hand side symbol bit again.
Yeah.
And there's some symbols, it's like 3 squares and 2 squares. One's a blue square, one's a white square, or 2 white squares and a blue square.
Yes.
Have you got that?
Yeah, I can see them.
If you hover over it, one's got centre front and centre back.
Yes.
Click the centre back one, it's the furthest right one. 2 white boxes and a blue box.
Yeah.
Click that, brings up your little square.
Yeah.
And then if I highlight that bad mountain I've just put on,
Yeah.
press do it, it's going to send it behind all the other mountains.
Ah.
And that can usually fix that kind of thing that, it's the way I put the mountain. This is a strange one, it doesn't really work that well.
But I know what you mean. You've still got that road going up there, and yeah, I like that.
So say we do that. This is a better example. This will do it. That one's all wrong, isn't it? Look at it. It's stuck in between. I'll
Yes.
put it on top of 2 mountains. We're going to go and put behind, highlight it. This is what I mean. It's like if you have loads of mountains on, highlighting this to put it behind is going to be extremely difficult because you're going to be clipping other mountains,
Yeah.
the boxes. Do it. And it's put it behind these 2.
Yeah.
Looks brilliant now, doesn't it?
That's a lot better.
So it's kind of like, if something looks a bit not clear, it's probably because one of the symbols, like I'm scrolling in now, if you see that, they don't quite fit well over this one here.
Yes.
You see, it's a bit blurred. It's not a good symbol to put in that place. Now the problem is, right, here's something else. Right. See what you're doing here.
I was just looking at the bits behind and having a look at the different tools there.
Yeah. Right, what we can do with these mountains as well, go back to your symbols, the mountain symbols on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Scroll back up. And you've got mountains fill and mountains basic, haven't you, at the very top?
Although my pink boxes are left now, still on the screen. Do I just refresh? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So mountain fill.
Mountain fill, if you click that.
Yeah.
Away from your mountains, just draw any circle.
Same as before.
Let's have a look. We see what I've done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I never use that. I'm sure some people do.
Is that because the edge is so definitively?
Yeah. It might be the sort of thing where if you're going to surround it in trees and stuff and hide it,
Yeah.
Disguise it, it's going to do a really good mounting section in seconds. I would do all those individually, like I said, because I'm neurotic and a nutter, so.
That's all right.
Yeah. I'll show you what in a minute. I'll show you in a minute. You'll know what I mean.
Yes. Oh, and you can do that around bigger peaks and stuff then.
I think so, yeah. Okay. But I've never used it. So but it's there for people that do maps differently to me. I guess it's all the tools you need.
You can see the difference between individually placing a mountain and using that because it's a repeated pattern, and you can see that it looks like a magic eye book.
Is it? Yeah. Sorry, I'm not too familiar with those sort of things.
Yeah, you can see the repeat pattern in that. But okay, so what we'll do is after you.
One last thing, we're going to go to Mountains Basic. It looks like a brown circle or egg. Click that. I think they call these bitmap fills.
Okay.
So click off your map.
Yeah.
Left click it. And we're going to surround the mountains that we've drawn. I like doing different sort of patterns around it, not just
a simple line.
End it. And it brings up that, if we scroll in and out, it's put a background on your mountains.
Oh, that's cool.
Now then, go up to land.
Oh, mine's
That's great, isn't it? Looks all right. It fills in the little bits behind them as opposed to it being green.
Yes.
I perhaps would have put on my map I wouldn't put such a great... They'd be a lot closer to the mountains. It wouldn't stick out all over here,
Yeah. I did mine, and it went over the front of it, but I just hit the refresh, and it's gone behind it. So actually, that refresh
because it's a
really
bitmap fill. It's all if you click on land features, at the top bar.
Yes.
Click on land features.
Yep.
That's where they're going. It's putting them on land features. So it's above the land, but below forests and the symbol catalogues and everything. So all symbols sit on top of that.
Yeah.
Now then, on there, have you opened it up?
Yes.
On the right-hand side, it's got active sheet effects.
Yes.
Right at the very box, an unticked box.
I can see it.
Tick it.
Yeah.
Apply. OK.
Okay.
Can you see what it's done to that thing?
Has it faded out the edges to blend in with the green?
Yeah.
That's very cool. Okay.
And also in there, right, go back into land features.
Yep.
You can see edge fade inner.
Yep.
You can if you unclick the active sheet effects, you can't highlight it. If you click the active sheet effects, you can highlight that.
Yeah.
We're going to the right-hand side slightly, and there's a button Edit.
Yep.
Click Edit.
Yep.
Now this is somewhere else where I'm in quite a lot.
Okay.
Because we can change the opacity of that, inner and outer, we can change the edge width. So if we make that 1.6,
so if we change
double it,
edge width to 1.6,
apply, OK, apply, OK.
Apply, OK.
It's faded it even more. If you see mine, so the more you do that, the more the edge fade's going to increase.
Yes.
So we'll go back in, edit, put it back to 0.8. Usually I halve them or double them just to have a look at how they're going to look. Otherwise you're going to get a very crisp line.
Yes.
And it looks really weird. Like I say, if you turn the sheet effects off.
Yeah, you can see the difference.
Now then, this is something I've learned. This is a bit beyond basic, but this is when I use I said sometimes I use different sheets for different things.
Yes.
Land features is one that I've learned. I don't know a way around it, so I use different sheets. Sometimes on some maps I've got something like 16 land features sheets. Because if we put another land feature and it crosses that, say we put a marsh. So we're going to go into where the hammer and the pencil are on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Click that. Oh, it's got it right at the top. Mine. Terrain default marsh. Can you find that?
Let's have a look down here. I've got trees, desert, coast, farmland, forest, tundra, scrub, lights, mountain, fill, snowy lands, wasteland. Oh, where's my marsh?
Go up a bit. It doesn't matter. What can you see? It doesn't really matter. Have you got forest?
Yeah,
sorry.
Oh, I've got marsh. There it is.
Click that.
Yeah.
And just draw it on here. I've put a circle on.
Okay, yeah.
This is how we put terrain features on the background. If you go to land features, active sheet effects.
Yeah.
Apply. Because they're on the same sheet, it's all put on land features. It's kind of like fuzzy around the outside, but where they overlap,
it's quite crisp.
It's not right, is it?
No.
So what that needs to do is they need to go on different land sheets. You have to make another land sheet for it. Do you want me to show you that now? It's a bit more advanced, or should we just leave that for now?
I think we should leave that for now because we're now running at the just past the hour point. So I think what we'll have to do, because I have to run off and do adult things and be an adult and go get kids and stuff. If we close down the stream there today, we will come back and I'll save this map and we'll carry on and we'll finish this small coastline map in another session, and then we'll see, if we can get a map done in a session or two. How's that?
That's great, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this is mostly the basics. Now, putting on rivers and forests and things is just, and say we want to put some plains on it or a desert or something, it's the same techniques.
Yeah.
That we've used there. It's just refining those techniques and realising some of these things don't work brilliantly, and here's a way to make them look so much better.
Already, I know more about this program by more than 100-fold from just this session. So
that's good.
It's a massive help already, because I had no clue how to even, I know how to press the buttons, but I had no clue what they meant. And actually now knowing that, I can relate it to other programs in my mind, in that Rolodex, yeah, that's very, very useful. So, yeah, thank you so much, Dak. What we'll do is we'll close down the stream, and then we'll be back, hopefully. I'll message Dak and we'll sort out a time and a date to carry on with this particular map and go from there. So, yeah, thank you very much. Everyone, please go check out Dak's Twitch. It is, Dak, what is your Twitch?
AbslomDak.
There you go. Yeah, thank you guys so much. We'll be back tomorrow.
Everything's AbslomDak. I don't know, it's just a name nobody else has got. So.
It works. We'll be back tomorrow, because it's Wednesday today, with painting up the monster manual at 12 o'clock for the Crawling Claw. I'll be back again tomorrow night with Band of Badgers for Midnight Tower, the finale of that particular campaign. And then we'll be back again on Monday for some Starfinder.